here at the 2019 Psychotherapy Network Symposium. Thanks again for joining us for yet another one of our Facebook Live videos. I'm here with Margie Nichols. Margie is the founder and first director of IPG, the Institute for Personal Growth. She also has a private practice, I should say several private practices, in Jersey City, Highland Park, and Freehold in New Jersey. She's also the author of the upcoming book, Gender Expansive Kids, Polyamorous Couples, and Mostly Heterosexual Men. Margie, thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thanks for inviting me. This will be fun.
Our pleasure. So our first question is, what's new in your line of work? You, of course, work with the LGBTQ plus community.
Mm-hmm.
What's new in this realm that you're most excited about?
Okay, so what I'm most excited about, I think, is that the community itself has become a big tent community. It's become very expansive. This is really what the book I'm writing is about. Much more sex and gender diverse, and I'm excited about what that's teaching everybody else about sex and gender. For example, out of the transgender community came this whole concept that gender is not binary. And so we now are starting to see gender on a continuum, and the people who identify as non-binary are kind of the representative of that breaking apart of the gender binary. In the realm of sexual orientation, for example, Rich Savin Williams is doing work on mostly heterosexual men, in which he finds that if you allow people more categories than 3, that lots of people choose mostly heterosexual. 9% of men. So if you, instead of saying are you lesbian, are you gay, bisexual, or straight, if you say are you entirely heterosexual, mostly heterosexual, bisexual, mostly gay, entirely gay, 9% of men and 20% of women choose mostly heterosexual. Meaning there's a lot of people out there that are not entirely straight. So, these are things that I don't think would have occurred to us, except we're getting people who identify as something, they identify as pansexual, not bisexual, asexual. Lots of people are sort of parsing sexual orientation and gender identity pretty finely, and we're learning from that.
Fantastic.
And it's exciting.
Great. Now, if somebody's interested in getting into this line of work, let's say I'm an aspiring therapist in grad school, what do I really need to know about when I'm entering this field?
You need to know that things change at warp speed, right? So I started in the early 80s, about 10 years after homosexuality had been removed from the DSM. The big issue when I started was everybody felt ashamed of being gay. Nobody came out until they were older, and everybody felt ashamed of being gay. Fast forward to today, I'm not saying there aren't, there's still shame and stigma and so on and so forth, but that's not the typical issue that a younger non-heterosexual person is dealing with, and people are coming out at younger and younger ages. So things change so quickly in this field. You've got to get plugged in to not only know what's the most current thing, but you're going to have to re-up your knowledge every year with training and continuing ed and hopefully exposure and experience.
Great. Well, Margie, thank you so much for joining us. We really
Thank you
appreciate
for having
it.
me here.
To everybody out there, please join us at 4 p.m. We'll be doing another Facebook Live video. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you soon.